Hello, welcome back to Calm AF. This is episode 323. I'm Kristen Finch, and today I'm going to do something a little bit different. Instead of delivering a podcast episode today, I have written and am going to deliver a graduation commencement address. Now, it is inspired by real events in my life, as just last week, my youngest, my baby, graduated from high school. And I felt, of course, all of the emotions that you can imagine. I'm so proud of him, of all he's accomplished, of how hard he's worked, of the person that he's become. I feel a lot of sadness and grief. I'm going through a grieving process for sure, that we really are at the end of a chapter. But overwhelmingly, I'm so excited for what's ahead for him. And at graduation, as I was listening to one of his classmates who was chosen by the rest of the class to speak, she gave her speech and I was really blown away. It was beautiful and she was just so eloquent. But it was exactly what you would expect from a graduation speech. You know, it was, look at us, look at all we've done and this amazing chapter that we've all achieved together, and everything that's in front of us now is just pure potential. It's all possibility. Anything is possible from here on out. Let's go grab it. The world is ours, right? That graduation vibe. And while I fully and wholeheartedly believe that sentiment, and I hope that every single 18-year-old that was sitting in that graduation ceremony heard it, absorbed it, embodies it, I also couldn't help but think about the many, many, many conversations I have on a weekly basis with not 18-year-olds, but 38-year-olds, 48-year-olds, 58-year-olds, where they too are graduating from one version of who they are to another. They are at the ending of one thing. And what I can tell you is that they are not hyping themselves up the same way we do for our 18-year-old graduates. It's not the same message. And I started thinking, when exactly do we stop letting ourselves believe that a new beginning, whether it's a new beginning you've chosen or one that just happened, when do we stop letting ourselves believe that any new beginning is filled with potential or possibility? When do we start seeing new beginnings as problems or mistakes or only terrifying? When you're 18 and you've graduated from high school and you're about to move into the next version, the next chapter, that's terrifying, but it's also very exciting because of the messaging around it. So I decided for today's episode to do something different. I'm going to give us a commencement speech as you graduate from the version of who you've been into the version you are becoming. So let's dive in. Welcome, gorgeous souls, 40-somethings, Gen Xers, elder millennials, honored guests. Today, we gather not in caps and gowns, but probably in whatever clothes we threw on this morning. Maybe, like me, you have coffee stains down the front of your t-shirt because you were sure that you could walk the dog while drinking coffee. Or maybe, like me, you have dog hair all over your pants. Welcome. We are not 18 years old with that particular brand of invincibility that comes from never having filed taxes or wondering if that weird noise that the car started making is going to be really, really expensive. No, we are far more interesting. We are the graduates of life itself. We have completed chapters we never signed up for. We have earned degrees in subjects we didn't know we were studying. We have graduated from relationships that ended, from intense years of hands-on parenting, from careers that shifted right under our feet, from versions of ourselves that no longer fit. And what I want to tell you today is congratulations, graduate. Your whole life is ahead of you. Oh yeah, I'm actually reading this like a graduation speech. Now, I can practically hear the collective like, oh, sure, Jan. My whole life, I'm 35, I'm 46, I'm 58. My whole life was supposed to be figured out by now. But here's the thing that 18-year-olds don't know yet. The thing that makes us infinitely more powerful than we were at our own high school graduation. We know now what we didn't know then. We know what matters and we know what doesn't. We know the difference between what we thought we wanted and what actually lights us up inside. But when did we decide that possibility has an expiration date? When did we agree that dreams are only valid when they're dreamed by someone who still gets carded? Somewhere along the way, we bought into this ridiculous idea that if you haven't made it by some random arbitrary age, if you're not living in the exact life that you thought you would be living in right now, then you've missed your shot. Here's what we know that we didn't know at 18. There is no one right way to have a life. There is no perfect timeline. There's no single moment when you are supposed to have it all figured out. Because, and this might shock you if you're listening at 18, nobody has ever figured it all out. Ever. That perfectly curated life you see on social media, it's a highlight reel. The person living it, I promise, is Googling how to be an adult just as often as you are. We've been conditioned to see every ending as a failure instead of what it actually is, a graduation. Your relationship ended. You've graduated from a relationship that wasn't serving either of you. Your kids left home. You're an empty nester now. You've graduated from active parenting into, I don't know, whatever comes next. You lost your job. You have graduated from a situation that wasn't your forever home. And just like those bright-eyed 18-year-olds walking across the stage, grabbing their diplomas, you too get to ask yourself, what now? What do I want to do with this fresh start? What do I want to explore? What have I always wondered about, but never gave myself permission or maybe never had the time or space to try? The difference is now you have something those teenagers don't have. Perspective. You know things like failure isn't actually fatal. You know that embarrassment is temporary. You know that most of the things you were worrying about at 25 either never happened or apparently figured themselves out because you're not still worrying about them. You know that you are much more resilient than you thought. You're more capable than you imagined, and you're probably funnier. We're all funnier than we give ourselves credit for. You also know things about yourself that take decades to discover. You know whether you're a morning person or not. You know what kind of people drain you. You know what kind of people fill you up. You know the difference between being alone and being lonely. You know what you value, what you won't compromise on, and what turns out to not matter as much as you thought it was going to. This knowledge, this wisdom is your superpower, not your limitation. When an 18-year-old says, I am going to change the world, we all smile and nod and say yes, because it's sweet, but it's also vague. When a 45-year-old says, I am going to change the world, they usually know exactly which part of the world they want to change and exactly why it matters, and they have also seen enough to know what needs fixing and how to fix it. So why do we tell ourselves that it's too late now? Why do we look at statistics about the chances of success after 40 and let them discourage us instead of realizing that someone has to be in those statistics? Might as well be me. Why do we act like our past mistakes disqualify us from future possibilities instead of recognizing them as the exact education we needed? Every ending is a commencement. Every closed door is a doorway. Every I can't do this anymore is the beginning of, what if I did something completely different? The world, no offense, doesn't need another 22-year-old with a business degree and no idea what they want to do with it. The world needs you right now, exactly as you are, with all your experience and your wisdom and your battle wounds and your stories. The world needs what you have learned, what you've survived, and what you have figured out. Your dreams don't actually have expiration dates. Your potential doesn't diminish with age. It clarifies. Your possibilities don't get smaller as you get older. They expand. So, here's to you, graduates of life's unexpected curriculum. Here's to starting over, starting fresh, starting again. Here's to not knowing what comes next and being so excited about it and all its potential. Here's to recognizing that every day you wake up is just another chance to begin something new. The world is yours. It always has been. Age isn't a disqualification. It's a qualification. Experience is not a limitation. It is your superpower. Now, go out there and show those 18-year-olds how it's really done. Congratulations. Your adventure is just beginning.